Hello, Nadia here, founder of the Beauty Doctrine, where beauty meets health. With a new year comes a chance to refresh not only your mindset, but also your skincare routine. Today, we're diving into skincare trends that should stay in 2024. Please, let's not bring them into the new year. These might seem like shortcuts to better skin, but they often do more harm than good in the long run. Let's break down the facts, debunk the myths, and set your skin up for real success in 2025. First is castor oil. Some of you might be surprised, but castor oil is a trend that just needs to go. It's a therapeutic oil that's good for the body. It might be good in small doses for the hair, but let's not apply it directly on the face. Here is what you might not know. Castor oil is a common allergen, and most versions on the market are extracted using hexane, a toxic solvent. While it might work for some, it can trigger severe irritations for others. Why risk it? There are far better oils that are better at strengthening your lipid barrier, also absorbing into the skin and delivering their vitamin A or vitamin C or vitamin E or fatty acids, whatever it is that that oil is equipped with, versus castor oil, which is very viscous. It's thick. It's not able to absorb. And plus, we don't even want it absorbing because of the allergenic factor. If you used it for a while and you're still okay, just know those types of issues build up. They come later. And a lot of times you don't put two and two together. You don't know that there's a trigger. And I've seen this so many times where clients will say, I have an allergy or a sensitivity or a reaction to a certain product, and they tie it to that newest product they just purchased, not necessarily thinking that something they might have been for a long time and thinking is working for them is no longer working. So castor oil, let's leave it, at least castor oil for the face, let's leave it in 2024. Number two is frankincense oil, and that goes along with castor. I cannot count how many people have asked me the most powerful formulation that's the key to great skin. Frankincense has been marketed as the miracle ingredient for everything from anti-aging to acne. The reality is it's an essential oil at the end of the day. So over time, it may disrupt that lipid barrier, leading to dryness, irritation, and even more sensitivity. Its benefits are often overstated, and it's not worth the risk for most skin types. I know I have over 130,000 followers on TikTok, but I cannot share this information on there in videos because my videos are being shadow banned, because TikTok makes millions upon millions from the TikTok shop, where all of these oils and other fads are just overrated and overinflated. Bottom line, most of these ingredients will not deliver what a lot of these paid influencers are promising you. Some of you might be shocked at this, and the next ingredient is beef tallow. I dedicated a full video to this one. It is touted as a nutrient-rich moisturizer. Let's set the record straight. The supposed nutrients in beef tallow are either exaggerated or not bioavailable. I checked the nutritional panel for it. Google it. Just Google nutrients in beef tallow. There's hardly anything in there. And so you really are just applying something that's an animal-derived fat that's comedogenic. It's going to clog pores. It can lead to breakouts. Plus, there's a chance of contamination and bacteria. There are far better options that are vegan for nourishing your skin without risk. So you have shea butter, you have tons of oils out there that surpass beef tallow in the nutritional content, as well as compatibility with human skin. Next is bovine colostrum. I cannot wait till it disappears off the shelves. It's often marketed as a superfood for your skin, but here's the truth. It's specifically designed for calves, not humans. Its growth factors and antibodies are tailored to a newborn cow's digestive system. They're not necessarily beneficial or even safe for humans. There's also a risk of allergic reactions, particularly for those with dairy sensitivities. Add in concerns about contamination, and it's clear this trend is more hype than help. Get rid of the bovine colostrum. This next trend really stuck along for so long, and I think this is fed by so many dermatologists that are being sponsored by big brands to tell you that petrolatum is safe. There's nothing safe about petrolatum. I'm sure you can guess what I'm talking about. So slugging has been at the top in trends for many years now, and I just pray that it disappears. Not slugging. Slugging is very healthy, but petrolatum, the use of petrolatum to slug, just gotta go away. So the idea of coating your skin in petrolatum to lock in moisture sounds appealing in theory, but it's not as harmless as it seems. Petrolatum is a byproduct of petroleum, although many companies claim to refine or even triple refine their petrolatum. There's absolutely no guarantee because there is no oversight. There is this carcinogenic ingredient. It's called PHAs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. So PHAs have been classified by various organizations such as EWG, the European Union, and many others as a carcinogen. Additionally, it can cause irritation and other health issues, so it's just not worth the risk. The next trend is Botox. I know it's not like a recent trend. It's been kind of gaining momentum for many, many years, but now it's more of a trend for youth. So it's being sold to a lot of, teenagers, even 20-year-olds as preventative. And that's very dangerous because it does not prevent aging. In fact, it's an age accelerator. Botox causes bone resorption, and that's bone loss. We absolutely need to maintain that bone structure. It's a foundation. It needs to be solid, not only for our health, but that's what's going to hold that skin up. We need to think about all the different structures that support our skin and not take away from them, because there's no matter what you do as far as feeding your skin or boosting collagen or any of those things, they're not going to work. You're not going to have that firm, tight skin if the structures underneath it are crumbling. And Botox does that. Not only it causes bone loss, but also muscle atrophy, because those signals between the muscles and the brain are being interrupted. Muscles cease contracting. Eventually, they start drooping. So I see this a lot, especially around the eyes when you're freezing the forehead muscles, because that's really what holds up your eyebrows. So if you can, stay away from Botox, especially if you are thinking of it as a preventative measure. It really isn't. It's extremely temporary and absolutely not worth it. The next trend that has been growing exponentially is filler. And I know, again, it's not like the newest trend for most ages, but for youth, I see a lot of inflated lips and I worry, I cringe every time I see that, because that's stretching the tissue. That filler, first of all, doesn't go away. It never really dissolves. It just moves with our facial expressions. It's going to move to another part of your face, which is going to eventually cause those lumps and bumps. But also when you have overfilled lips or other areas on your face, you're just stretching that tissue that doesn't really get to bounce back over time. You might see some good bounce earlier in life, but as you lose elasticity, as you lose collagen, it's going to be very hard to avoid those wrinkles, especially around the lips. So every time you're filling the lip, you are creating that future wrinkle for your 40s or 50s or 60s and beyond. So filler is not an anti-aging product or ingredient. It's simply an age accelerator in many ways. It's a band-aid that never really gets removed. It sits there. And so we don't even know the long-term effect of having filler just floating all over and around your body. The other thing that I would love to mention in this regard is the fact that the hyaluronic acid filler specifically is humectant. And so its one job is to attract water. And so if you have it within your skin, it's constantly drawing that water in. And when it's broken up and bumpy, you're going to have such an evenness all over your face over time. So that's never really something that you can control. And so it's so important to think about these things when you're younger. We don't necessarily think long term, but there's just so much that you have to consider as you're considering these types of interventions. And in my book, they simply are not worth it. So what's the better approach? Well, strengthen your skin from the inside out with peptides, collagen, consuming protein, creatine, exercising, eating well. There's just so much that you can do. Supplements, there are phenomenal supplements that can help you boost your collagen and skin plumpness from the inside out. So in a new year, let's get a better and healthier routine that's sustainable. Let's think about the future. These trends may seem appealing, but they're not the answer to healthier, glowing skin. Instead, let's focus on what truly, truly works, and that is clean, functional skincare, a healthy routine and lifestyle, good sleep, good nutrition. You get the point. So which trend are you ready to leave behind in 2024? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more tips on how to transform your skin and your health in the new year. As always, be well, be safe, be beautiful. Take care.